Guys, Prof Chipboard here with the replay of my Week 4 match against Shattered Simisear, who is 2-1 and is the coach of the Tampa Bay Tampa Bay Rayquaza. As you can see, this is a postcom. I meant to do a live com, indeed I did do a live com, and again managed to mess up the sound levels. Mess up the sort of sound levels of music I was playing in the background. So I'm probably going to go back to the drawing board on how I record live comms, and we'll work that out. No, my team is, with all nicknames from Venture Bros. I have Mass Spirit, Dr. Orpheus, I have Psyshock, Energy Ball, Shadow Ball, and Healing Wish. I have, with a Life Orb, I have my Expert Belt Guja with Draco Meteor, Fire Blast, Sludge Wave, and T-Bolt. I have my Assault Vest, Max Fizz Death, Ember with Sucker Punch, with Sucker Punch, Flare Blitz, Superpower, and Grass Knot. I have my Max Speed, Max Attack, Jolly, Mega Aggron with Magnet Rise, Stealth Rock, Earthquake, and Iron Head. I have my Manaphy with Tail Glow, Dazzling Gleam, Surf, and one other attack which really eludes my... Shadow Ball, I believe, for the Manaphy. And I have my Manator, or my Tauros, with Zen Headbutt, Rock Climb, Earthquake, and Surf, with a Life Orb. He's bought the Nidoqueen, the Jirachi, the Virizion, the Thundurus, his Blastoise, and Licky Licky. Now here, he's only got two potential rockers, so it's either going to be a Jirachi lead, unless it's special Jirachi, it can't do anything against my Aggron, or he's bringing the Nidoqueen lead, and unless he's offensive, he does not, he can't do anything against my Aggron. Now here, I lead across my Aggron, expecting to be able to get a Magnet Rise before he hits me with the Earth Power, or expecting him to go for rocks, expecting him to switch. And here I click Magnet Rise and he Earth Powers. And the fact that I live is something I probably should have paid closer attention to in the match, because it basically means that he's Timid Scarf. Because if he was Life Orb or even Modest, it was still a chance to kill me quite easily. So here, instead of getting at my rocks like I should have, I Earthquaked, expecting this to go down to like an Ice Beam or what have you. Just wanted to get some damage off on it. Here, Blastoise comes in, he's Fizz Death, I believe, off that roll. I switch my Manaphy and Scald. Unfortunately I get burned, but that's part of the game. And I set up a Tail Glow, expecting his Thundurus to be his answer, because Virizion can't guarantee Oko a Manaphy, and he goes into Virizion, which is unfortunate because I have Vulcan Berry and was trying to lure the Thundurus. So here I decided I could save it, so I have Healing Mission back. So I go out into my Mega Aggron, sacking that, allows me to scout what he's doing, and find out he's physical, with the Life Orb. Now here, I go out to Manator, Tauros outspeeds, it's got base 110 speed, I've speed crept it, I know I outspeed, I click Zen Headbutt, and he goes down. Obviously I really need that to hit. Things going okay so far. He goes back out into Blastoise, and here I go out into the Goodra, I believe. Yep, because Goodra just really walls this thing, and I've got E-Belt Thunderbolt, which I'm going to click, trying to get some damage off. I don't really mind if a Nidoqueen comes in, because I can Draco Meteor it next turn. I kind of expected did not expect Thundurus here, did not expect a bulky Thundurus, as the damage is about to tell you. It means he's got a lot of HP investment, and it's not like a full out offensive one. Here I just T-Bot again. I think he hoped that he could take a sub. I just T-Bot again, and he goes out to Licky Licky. I don't know what it's going to do. It looks like it can stall me out, but it can stall me out of his Wish Protect. So I switch out into the my Ember to get some offensive pressure. He Toxics, which is a bit unfortunate, for me for miss. For miss is a bit unfortunate for him. I don't think might have mattered overall a bit later. I superpower here. Uh, I expect him to now go into Vanilla Queen. Because I wasn't playing particularly well and wasn't thinking, and it's not a bulky one. He might think I'm choiced. He goes into Blastoise, it being his physical tool, and I Flare Blitz, and it does basically nothing. But I have a very, very safe switch out back into my Goodra on the Scald. Yeah, the Scald doesn't burn here. If my memory serves me correctly, doing only 8, so as long as I don't give a burn, it's not really wearing me down that much, and I'm wearing his team down. Here, I can't remember what I do here. Yeah, I think I T-Bolt again, forgetting that thing is a bit fortunate to get some power here. It's not the end of the world for him, because I don't think he was outspeeding anything except the Emboar anyway. But yeah, here I go out into my Manaphy, expecting him to click Toxic. He doesn't, he wishes. Now here I think, well, I could set up, but he might have Boom, but I could probably set up because he's probably just going to go into, like, I don't know what he's going to go into. I think I just click Surf here. I wasn't really playing very well at this point. I was still on tilt from the Virizion coming and from him having like a very quick Nidoqueen. I did not play the first half of this battle at all well. But here, just as I was thinking in my mind, well, he might have Boom, but he probably doesn't, because Boom would be his only aggressive move and only physical. It would be his only way of getting damage apart from Toxic. So I think he here, afraid of me tail glowing up and trying to win, booms, and my Manaphy goes down. It's first death of the season. Licky gets a kill, and that's actually huge for me because that Licky was such a big chip, like sort of. It was just really bulky and really annoying for a lot of my mons. I mean, I had Healing Wish to heal up the Manaphy, which I was potentially how I was thinking of winning later on. But thankfully he decided, yeah, let's get rid of this and get rid of Licky. I under-prepped for Licky, and really the only things I had to take it on were Emboar and potentially my, I think Rock Climb from Taurus was a 2-hit KO. So he goes out into Jirachi, I go out into my Goodra, and I just think, well, nothing appreciates a Fire Blast, so I click Fire Blast. He subs, and I just have to keep on clicking Fire Blast. If he wants to try and stall me at PP stall me, then we'll see how much damage he can do. But I don't really want to let him get a free sub up. And here, the fact that I Meal Out was absolutely huge here, because it means that he doesn't live this as well as he could have. Subs again, I Fire Blast. I think he's going for miss here. Can't take me out from a special attack from miss range because he's leftovers, and he Psyshocks. Does about 60%, and I believe I click Fire Blast again. Just that the reason I clicked Fire Blast there is I did not want to T-Bolt and give him a free switch into Nidoqueen, which I was really afraid of. And here he goes into a C9. I switch out here into my into my Assault Vest Emboar, and he sets up a sub. Now I assume he's got a nasty plot here, but thankfully because I didn't get that Toxic earlier, I can just take any hit here like really easily because I am an Emboar. So he T-bolts, and even the +2 T-bolt does not take me out, and it paralyses me, which is a bit unfortunate, but you know, it happens. Thankfully I don't get fully paralysed, and my Flare Blitz takes him out, and that's basically at this point game, unless if that's basically a midpoint game, unless I get really, really unlucky with sort of like poison rolls and things like that. So he goes out to Blastoise. I go to Orpheus because it can hit both things well. Energy Ball to try and sort of take him out. Doesn't fully take him out. Quite glad he didn't have Mirror Coat here because it could have been a different game with that. He Toxics. The logic here is that if sort of he does get a lot of damage off of me, I can Healing Wish to bring back my Goodra at full and win. Here I'm still a bit worried about the Nidoqueen. I still thought it was Life Orb, and therefore might be able to take me out. He's not. I don't know why. I assume he wasn't carrying Sludge Wave for some reason because I don't have. I assume he wasn't carrying Sludge Wave because I don't have any poison weaknesses on my team, and it's immune to Earthquake, so I could just So I think Ice Beam was his best move overall to hit the rest of my team, and I take that, and it is game GG to me. Good game to Shattered Simisear. It's a 3-0, but a very, very close one. I mean, had he got the Toxic off on my Amble earlier game, then I probably would have had to try to Sucker Punch to break the I hope I would have played a tad differently around the sub nasty plot Fungi, because if it was worn down, I don't think I would have. I think I would have kept my Goodra in and just to stop him from subbing. And thankfully, the Toxic missed, and I wasn't worn down, so it was still on full more or less full health, and it could rescue me from that situation. But that very, very easily could have been game had I been toxic earlier. So I think in retrospect, very big parts of this game I didn't play well enough. Thankfully, my prep was pretty good, apart from the Aggron set, which is not one I think I'll be bringing again. I think it was a cool idea, but I basically expected him to have Life Orb and to bring a really bulky one, because I've got a lot of base 100s, and instead I believe he brought Scarf, and overall it's not. It's a win. I kind of feel like I'm getting to the point of my last two games. I've not really been too happy with how I've played them. If you look at how I played week 1 and week 2, I got a 3-0 against a very, very good player, and my sort of the Haban very good to work perfectly and things like that. And I think I just need to carry on making sure my prep is reasonably sensible, and if I do try and lure things, I need to be more careful with what I try and lure, because the lure Manaphy here only worked if he didn't bring the Virizion, and he did bring the Virizion, and I still tried to make it work anyway, which is not a sensible play. I probably should have gone in with Mesprit, tried to just chunk a couple of Mons, and then worked around there. But thankfully, due to the explosion and potentially a couple of other things, I did win, and I'm really, really glad to pull that out, because that keeps me unbeaten 4 games into the season, which is a really, really nice position to be in, because there isn't another unbeaten team in the league. Right, thanks very much, and I hopefully will see you guys next week for my match against, I believe, the Winnipeg Weaviles, coached by Foxy Ice Cubes, and I think they're 2-1 at the time of recording this. Another sort of threatening team, they're doing well, and hopefully we can come out and keep this run going. Thanks very much, and I'll see you soon.